Our Second People's Night was scheduled weeks ago before the terrorists struck Paris. I believe it is appropriate this evening to send out our sincerest thoughts and prayers to the Parisian families and others whose lives have been changed forever by these cowardly attacks. And though my heart is heavy, my discontentment with this administration has reached a new level of frustration. Last year, President Obama stated that ISIS was not a serious threat. In fact, many of us remember him referring to them as the JV Squad. And just hours before this barbaric attack, the president emphatically expressed that ISIS had been contained and they were no longer expanding. As a member of the Committee on Homeland Security, I couldn't disagree more. According to the FBI, there are more than 1,000 open investigations that are ISIS or terrorist related. ISIS is a clear and present danger to the American people. Earlier today, in a joint hearing with the Armed Forces and Special Armed Services and the Homeland Security Special Committee, General Jack Keane shared these words: ISIS is the most successful terrorist organization of our time. The world does not believe that our country is serious about taking on ISIS. The general added, ISIS is not contained, and they are at war with us, but we are not at war with them. While President Obama plays down the threat, other worlds are leading and exhibiting and showing strength. Even the Pope has been warning us that these attacks and others could be the beginning of World War III. After reviewing the evidence and testimony, I am convinced that it is only by the grace of God and the diligent work of our local, state, and national law enforcement that we haven't been hurt in the same manner that played out just last weekend in Paris. Sadly, President Obama has yet to offer any plan, any strategy, or any solution to slow down these sons from hell. There is more evidence, continuing evidence, of the disastrous Obama doctrine. The words of the president this past weekend sounded more like a spokesperson for the United Nations than America's commander-in-chief. This is more of the same flawed foreign policy that we've experienced, just like we did in the recent Iran deal. May I remind us that 25 Democrats stood with Republicans rebuking such a deal. Even more are calling on the president to speak with clarity and with boldness. The American people have grown weary of the constant swag and the condescending responses. Mr. Speaker, how much longer can we afford to wait on a president who stubbornly refuses to identify these devils as radical Islamist extremists? I would hope and I pray that all members of this House would band together, demanding the president deliver a definitive course of action. It is time, Mr. Speaker, for the president to saddle up. Thank you, and I yield back.
The gentleman yields.